Hello and welcome to this IChemE Global Awards webinar. My name is Matt Stalker and I am your host for today's presentations. The IChemE Global Awards celebrate chemical, process and biochemical engineering excellence and are widely recognised as the world's most prestigious chemical engineering awards. Today we'll be revealing the winner of the IChemE Business Startup Award, sponsored by Sellerfield Limited. This award recognises the organisation formed in the last 5 years to best demonstrate its contribution to the chemical and process industries. Before we check out the contenders, we'll hear from our sponsor. Please welcome Sellerfield Limited's Design Capability Leader, Mark Thomas.
Hello, it's Mark Thomas representing Sellerfield Limited. I'm a bit sorry that I'm presenting this at home. I know we'd all like to mingle in a wider audience, maybe a glass of wine, a nice meal and some entertainment, which we normally provide. However, I'm standing in for Elizabeth Cook at Sellerfield Limited. Elizabeth's our Chief Engineer. I was asked only yesterday to stand in, so apologies on this introduction to myself. I've been providing design assurance across the Sellerfield site for about 25 years. Previous to that, I worked for AstraZeneca, formerly ICI, for 20 years. I'm a fellow of this institute. I'm very proud to be a fellow of this institute. I'm also a member of the Royal Society of Chemistry and equally proud of that institute as well. Sellerfield Limited has been supporting these awards now for probably 15 years or so. Normally the industry project. It's business startup this year, but we're also doing supporting the industry project award. We really recognise the importance of chemical engineers and chemical engineering, certainly to our business. We employ well over 150 chemical engineers within Sellerfield Limited, a lot of which are chartered. We take on at least probably 15 industrial placement students to get that new blood into our industry each year and throughout the chemical engineering community as a whole. Following on from that, we like to fertilise this chemical engineering industry. We know the importance of it. It's invaluable. We promote the institute without a doubt. I think most of our engineers are all chartered, a lot of fellows there as well. As alluded to earlier, I'm also a judge. I've been judging for 6 years. I've been judging the research project and innovative product this year, which sort of builds onto this award, the business startup. You know, we can do our research and have a good research project. We can then, if you like, develop that product. But the key is, one of the keys is, how do we get that to market? There are numerous routes, and one of those routes is a business startup. Certainly business startup fits with the Sellerfield ethos. We support local businesses. We work strongly through research and technology, supporting business startups by collaborating with them and supporting them financially. So I really recognise that, and I'd like to hand over back to Matt. So thank you.
Thank you, Mark, and thank you once again to Sellerfield Limited for its support of the IChemE Global Awards. So then, our judging panel has been hard at work and they have confirmed there are 2 finalists for this category. They are Chemical Process Services and Metcelerate. Both are with us today to tell us more about their work and to answer your questions. You can get in touch throughout today's webinar using the GoToWebinar questions box on screen. So let's get started with our first presentation. We have a pre-recorded video from Chemical Process Services, and its Managing Director Paul Jones joins us for Q&A after the recording.
Chemical Processing Services Limited, or CPS, offers bespoke consultancy services in the field of polymer chemistry. With extensive experience in the chemical industry, having been responsible for pioneering a broad spectrum of innovative products, CPS offers a range of services that guarantee regulatory and technical compliance. So what does that mean, and how can we be of assistance to you? CPS are experts in the design and development of polymer chemistry. Our highly experienced team has provided support to organisations of all sizes, covering a range of different issues. We not only develop products to resolve issues, but we offer regional licensing of technology to allow organisations to satisfy markets with products that meet with specific regulatory requirements or technical demands. So you might ask what the process might look like. We can undertake discussion under a non-disclosure agreement allowing some exploratory consideration of requirements. This may be an assessment of a product that is developed for your requirements on an exclusive or a non-exclusive basis. We also offer technology transfer on the same basis, ring-fencing the use of technology to specific markets or regions. With these agreements, the licensee may initially be focused on a limited number of products or uses for the licensed technology, but this may be extended, and there are plenty of examples of this approach. Some of our technology is patent protected, and we offer the technology of established products as well as scope for a company to develop further iterations of the particular chemistry. So let's talk about a patented product example. The first patented product consists of a series of some innovative polymers that have recently been developed. These polymers are a new class of chemistry now being introduced into the market for a variety of industrial applications. The new cross-linking agents for epoxy resins have been coined as furalkamines. With numerous conventional curing agents for epoxy resins being withdrawn from the market or faced with some level of restriction due to regulatory issues, there is a need for a safer alternative, either containing SVHCs, substances of very high concern, and or governed by high registration costs under REACH. There are gaps being created, and there is a need for replacement material that will meet the needs of the market and compliance with prevailing legislation. With increasing interest and pressure to switch to sustainable feedstocks and the avoidance of fossil or petrochemical derivatives, a new chemistry is providing the solution. One of the outstanding differences that the furalkamines offer is acid resistance. They outperform conventional grades, although this level of performance is perhaps no surprise considering their chemical structure. These materials are the material of choice in the formulation of highly acid-resistant systems for use in the most hostile environments. Whilst there are established products, this chemistry can be extended with modification of material to fit customer requirements. So how does an agreement look? One example of a current licensing agreement is an arrangement we have with a large US manufacturer of phenolic resins. These products are processed to form fire-resistant parts that offer outstanding fire, smoke and toxicity values that make them the material of choice in the fabrication of parts employed in the transport sector. This includes trains, aircraft and interiors for more recently developed electric vehicles. The licensee uses our technology and formulations for the manufacture of low-free monomer products that meet with the highest regulatory demands and meet their customers' safety and performance requirements for these lightweight, high-performance composites. Let's not forget the environment. Keeping abreast of change and working within and following United Nations initiatives, we help with compliance with the UN 17 Sustainable Development Goals. This encompasses the generation of safer products linked in with responsible production and sustainable feedstocks. We have developed products that are derived from bio-based feedstocks to make safer products efficiently and fairly. Many of our products not only comply with these requirements, but they're employed in applications that generate clean energy or reduce energy consumption by virtue of their high strength to weight ratio. Many of the products also provide component protection and extend the lifespan of the products. In summary, we are here to assist. We offer development and/or licensing arrangements that include both established and new innovative chemistries. We have products that allow the formulation of systems that offer outstanding performance, be it thermal endurance, mechanical performance, or operation in the harshest or most demanding environment. We have products that will help fulfill your requirements. Regulatory compliance, be it formulated to be absent of substances of very high concern or with a reduced level to fall below a given threshold limit. We develop products that can be designed to comply with overseas regulatory demands for food contact, and we have a multitude of different products. Many of these are beneficial to the environment, being derived from waste biomass, sustainable feedstocks, and/or processed in accordance with the 12 principles of green chemistry. We have products that help the move towards a circular economy. If you think we can be of assistance, please don't hesitate to send us an inquiry.
Okay, so that is chemical process services. And as we said, we are open for questions. Paul Jones joins us for the webinar. So if you have got a question, now is the time to get in touch. You can use the questions box and we'll pause for a moment on that. Okay, we don't have any questions, so thank you very much for being here, Paul. But we're going to move on to our second finalist. So from Accelerate, please welcome Jan Cliliers.
Hi, and good afternoon, everybody. My name's Professor Jan Cliliers. I'm one of the directors of Accelerate, and let me just make this smaller, please. And I'm going to talk to you quickly about the Accelerate program, which was designed, created, and delivered by Sellerfield Limited, which is a UK startup. First, a small video. So that's Accelerate, but the question must be, what do you do? And Accelerate creates the metallurgists the mining industry needs. So in-work training to prepare engineers or graduate chemical engineers for performing their role in the mining industry used to be done by senior engineers. Now that's no longer feasible, it's no longer possible. There's no time or expertise anymore to do this training. And the Accelerate program performs that training and this development for you. So what is the Accelerate program? It is a world-class solution that builds technical competence in the mineral processing workplace. It's an in-workplace training program. It's an online curriculum. It's a curriculum rather than individual courses for mineral processing engineers that transforms the value to the organization by translating their academic knowledge and skills into practice. And we call this doing the knowing, and that's our slogan as well. So the Accelerate program is a structured program of applied online training, but also with practical elements done in the workplace. So it starts with an introduction to mineral processing and the mining value chain, which puts the whole course and your role in the industry in context. Then a series of technical foundations, mineralogy, comminution, flotation, physical separation, hydrometallurgy, and experimental design, all the standard courses that a metallurgist or a minerals engineer needs. And a combination of these courses, they're broken into standalone modules, but they give us the solid technical foundation required. And then this is supplemented finally with a 3 to 6 month practical project with optimization in the plant, where people apply their knowledge and skills to plant interventions to add value to the organization. This runs over a 20-month timeline, as I said, with a bit of time slippage or growth depending on the size of the project at the end. So what is the MedCelerate method? How do we do this? Well, we designed the course with employers, and this is to meet 21st century workplace requirements, to meet the time constraints that engineers have. So it's part of their work, it's part of their job rather than an addition that they have to do. And it uses all the modern technology that we have available for learning. So there's online courses. It's a combination of online courses. People spend a few hours a week doing that. Self-paced online material that includes videos, animations, quizzes, and so forth. Guided live tutorials, weekly guided live tutorials that you can come log into or not, as depending on your time schedule and whether you wish to do that. And then also supplemented by assessed in-work projects that you have to do or assignments that you have to do, and we assess those and give feedback on that. The material was all developed by world-leading subject matter experts, and you'll recognize, if you're in the mining industry, will recognize some of these people, certainly Jim Finch, Catherine Hatter on flotation, Dr. Kathy Soul on hydrometallurgy, these and Professor Tim Napier-Munn's experimental design course. These are all great leaders in the field and have really, we've captured their knowledge into the best training possible for in-work study. We know it works in practice for companies and for the participants, and we've had some really excellent feedback. As the students say here, for example, it covers real life job issues and technical problems. It helps tie the pieces together of what I've already learned on the job. And the one that I like best is from Tom Stufko on the bottom right that says it's not the cost of doing MedCelerate, it is the cost of not doing MedCelerate. We find that having done the MedCelerate programs, there's lower staff turnover in companies, greater job satisfaction and independence, and greater value add. That's the MedCelerate program, and I'd be very happy to answer any questions about it.
Okay, thank you very much, Jan. We'll pause for a moment then, and if you have a question, please type it in now into the questions box. Okay, again, we don't appear to have any questions, so thank you very much. We're going to move straight on then, and we're going to find out who our winner is. So before we reveal the winner, let me thank both of our finalists for joining us today, and thank you for being with us as part of this IChemE Global Awards webinar. But now I'd like to hand back to Sellerfield's Mark Thomas to announce the award winner.
Thank you, Matt. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the IChemE Business Startup Award, sponsored by Sellerfield Limited, is Chemical Process Services.
Thank you, Mark, and congratulations to Chemical Process Services and Paul Jones. Well done also to MedCelerate, who've been awarded highly commended status. Paul, well done. How does it feel to be an IChemE Award winner?
Yeah, it's great. It's particularly nice because I have two other businesses that I'm involved in, and we were fortunate enough to win an IChemE award previously, and really just following on from some of the comments that Mark had made. I'm a fellow of the Royal Society of Chemistry, and the Institute of Chemical Engineers and the Royal Society of Chemistry are the two bodies that we probably respect the most, so it's flattering.
Great. Well, it's another trophy to add to your mantelpiece, wherever you choose to put it. Thank you very much, and thank you also, as I said, to MedCelerate and of course our sponsor Sellerfield Limited. That's all for this afternoon. We've still got plenty more IChemE Award webinars to come next week, but for now, good afternoon and have a great weekend.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Thank you.